Hi everybody, here's chapter 5. Just as I've put down the last book, the other students bundle in. Bella bounces straight up to Miss Edgecombe. Guess what, miss? She waves a pink card under our teacher's nose. We've just got our tickets to the spring ball. We're having it with the year 11s at a hotel, which is obviously a massive improvement on year 9s in the canteen. Miss examines the ticket. Oh gosh, I think I've got to go to that. Bella nudges her. You'll love it, miss. You can show us your wicked moves. Miss shakes her head. You'd be too intimidated. Now sit down and tie your hair back. Bella slips the ticket in her pocket and joins me at our table. All right, Megara, she says with a grin. Meg, I say automatically. Bella Lofthouse is the only person in the world who ever calls me by my full name. Maybe she's being friendly, reminding me that we've known each other for years. Or maybe she's just laughing at my stupid Disney princess name. It's really hard to tell. Nah, you'll always be Megara to me, she says. Then she starts bundling her hair up on her head. She takes a band off her wrist and fixes it in place. A few strands fall loose, and just like that, she looks perfect, like some girl in a film. Suddenly, she sits up a little taller. Hello, here come the boys. I look up to see Raj and Ed strolling towards us, hands in their pockets, their trousers narrow and their hair defying gravity. Bella, you troll, said Raj. He comes up behind her and starts patting her down. Give me my phone back. Oh my God, Bella shouts. Get off me, you perv. Miss, Raj touching me up again. But Miss Edgecombe doesn't even look up. As they carry on fighting, and Ed starts getting his stuff out and dropping it on the desk next to me, I feel myself almost shrinking into the corner, trying to make myself invisible. Ed King takes the seat next to me. He's so tall, it's like a shadow has fallen over me. She's not got it, mate, he says in his deep voice. You're wasting your time. He shares a quick smile with Bella, and she winks back. Suddenly, Raj's phone is forgotten, and Bella's talking about some picture she put on Instagram. Show Meg, Raj says, and Bella's phone is pushed in front of me. I can never stay invisible for long. What do you think of Bella's selfie? He asks, watching me closely and smiling in anticipation as to what I might say. I glance at the photo. From all the bubbles surrounding Bella's face, it looks like she's in the bath. I try to work out the right thing to say, the thing that won't make them A, laugh, or B, think I'm weird. I shrug and say, she looks clean. Clean, says Bella, bursting out laughing. Classic Megara. I'm putting that in the comments. Okay, I failed. Raj rocks back on his stool. Do I look clean, Meg? He says with a grin. Right, said Ed firmly. I want to work, so it's time for you two to shut up. He points at Raj and Bella, and for Meg to lend me a pen. He holds his hand out just like he does every lesson. I find a biro in my pencil case and hand it to him. Ed studies it. Haven't you got a gel pen? Across the table, Bella giggles. With a sigh, I swap the biro for one of my beloved inky gel pens. Thanks, Meg, Ed says, whipping the pen out of my hands and turning straight back to his work. Halfway through the lesson, Miss Edgecombe starts handling round dominoes and ping pong balls. We're going to recreate the nuclear fission process, she says, and I want you to work in groups, says Bella. Please, miss. All around the room, students demand to work in groups, while I silently beg for a loan. I want you to work with the person sitting next to you, says Miss. What? Says Bella, scowling at Raj. But I want to work with Woody. This is another of Bella's special names. Edward Woody. But unlike my Megara, when she calls Ed Woody, you know it's 100% friendly. Well, you can't, says Ed, clicking the lid down on my pen. I'm with Meg. As usual, mutters Bella. Ed and I are always paired up. It's because we're both clever, or, in Raj's words, total freaks. Somehow, Ed manages to be a part-time freak, slipping in and out of the role, depending on whether he's in lessons or hanging out with his friends. For me, it's a full-time position. I've often wondered what the difference is between me and Ed, and how he managed to pull off being clever and popular at the same time. Maybe it's because he's a boy, or maybe it's because he's captain of the football team, and that sort of counterbalances how clever he is. Who knows? All I do know is that although Ed King and I are both very clever, in every other respect, we are a million miles apart. He shakes out our dominoes. Meg, you fill in the sheet and I'll set these up. Immediately, I say, what if I want to do the dominoes? When the other two aren't listening, I manage to talk to Ed. Just about. Not sure about the answers? He looks at me, one eyebrow raised. Need me to give you a bit of help? I know all the answers, I say, pulling the sheet towards me. Ed and I are in competition. Constantly. Our teacher started it, but now we do it all on our own. I suppose I should find it annoying, but these arguments with Ed are often the only conversations I manage to have at school. Ed's shiny gold watch flashes as he places the dominoes in the correct pattern. A few seconds later, he mutters, U235 atoms. Sorry? It's the answer to question 3. You look stuck. Look, I say, are you doing the dominoes or the worksheet? I was only helping, he says with a sideways smile. I'm fine, thanks. Just as I'm writing down the final answer, something on Ed's science book catches my eye. In one corner, he's drawn an asteroid, complete with lines to show it shooting through space. I glance back across the table. Raj is putting the ping pong balls in his mouth and Bella's drawing a face on his bulging cheek. They're pretty distracted, so quickly I say to Ed, have you heard about it? His hands pause over dominoes. Heard about what? I point at his picture. Asteroid TR7768. It's 2 miles wide and it's passing close to Earth. He studies me curiously and I feel myself blush. I never usually talk to Ed about things like this. We bicker, that's what we do. But seeing the asteroid in his book made me sure he'd have heard of it. Asteroid TR7768. He repeats, a smile playing on his lips. Well, my picture is supposed to be of a football. I look back at the picture. A football? Of course it's a football. My blush hits Mars proportions. So tell me about this asteroid, Ed says. Across the table, Bella looks up. I turn back to my book. It's nothing, I say. Hey, says Bella, banging her hands down on the desk. Did any of you see that shark they found near Hastings? It's massive. I saw it, says Raj, rows of teeth like jaws. Woody, remember last summer, says Bella, when you swam out to that dinghy? He nods, keeping his eyes on the dominoes. It was probably circling underwater, waiting to get you. She shivers dramatically. I'm never swimming in the sea again. I heard it could have been a tiger shark, says Ed. They've killed people. It wasn't a tiger shark, I say, unable to resist correcting Ed. They all turn to look at me and I realise my mistake. It was a porbeagle, I say quickly. They're harmless. Bella sighs. Please don't make my shark story boring, Megara. She leans forward. Talking of man-eating predators. Woody, do you want to know who's asking you to the dance? He laughs. Not really, but I've got a feeling you're going to tell me. Kyra Swift. She told me at break. Ed shakes his head and smiles. Raj says, she's all right. I told her no way, says Bella. You're my reserve in case I don't get a better offer. She turns to me. Who are you asking to the dance, Meg? I straighten up the worksheet. Here we go. I've been expecting this from the moment I saw her pink ticket. For Bella, the spring dance is the perfect opportunity to laugh at me because there's so much I can get wrong. Music, dancing, clothes, boys. Quickly, I say. I'm not going. Best to nip this one in the bud. Why not, Ed says. I'm busy. Yeah? He says this innocently enough, but I'm sure a look flies between him and Bella, and I can't shake the feeling that they're laughing at me. Which might be why I blurt out, It's what I was just talking about. The asteroid. It's passing by Earth on the night of the dance, Bella says. And this rock is more important than the dance because... My mouth goes dry. How have I been drawn into this conversation? Well, it's 2 miles wide. If it hit Earth, it could wipe out a country. Presumably it's not going to hit Earth, says Ed. His presumably makes my next sentence fly out of my mouth. No, but we might see a dot of light pass by, and if it does, I will see it with my friends at the Science Centre. And your friends are? Bella asks. How do I make this sound good? Basically, they're my granddad's mates, a group of middle-aged men who meet up to boast about the size of their telescopes. My friends, I say, choosing my words carefully, are in the Sussex Stargazers Club. Bella's eyes go wide. Let me get this straight. Instead of going to the dance, you're going to watch a dot of light at the Science Centre with a bunch of old people. She's pretty much summed it up. I force myself to hold my head up high. It's called a star party, I say. Bella grins. Megara, everything you touch turns to nerd. Then Raj bursts out laughing, and Ed joins in too. See you soon. Bye.